Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to tell you the answers of Model Question Paper 1 for Reduced Syllabus 2021 of subject Geography of first PUC. So first part has already been uploaded. This is the second part. So we'll start with question number 23. So let's move on to the answer of question number 23. Geography is divided into three main branches: human geography, physical geography and environmental geography. So the first one is human geography. This is an important branch of geography that mainly involves the study of human race. This involves the study of the race, their origins, their interactions and the perceptions they have regarding various ideologies that affect them. It also includes the study of how these groups of people organize themselves in the places that they inhabit. Human geography has the following sub-branches: population geography, economic geography, medical geography, religious geography and political geography. Now we'll move on to next point, physical geography. Physical geography is another major branch of geography that deals with the physical characteristics of the earth. This is not limited to the characteristics on the earth's surface, but also beneath the earth and around the earth's surface. This branch of geography is also referred to as physiography. Physical geography has the following sub-branches. Biogeography. This is the study of animals and plants and their distribution and patterns on the earth's surface. Next is water resources geography. This is the branch of physical geography that deals with water resources and how the various water resources are managed and distributed across the physical earth. Next is climate geography. This is a branch of physical geography that deals with the study of the weather patterns and how these weather patterns affect the climate of a region on the planet. Next is geomorphology. This is a branch of physical geography that deals with the study of land and the processes that different land formation go through. Soil geography. This involves the study of the upper layer of the earth's surface, the lithosphere and its categorization and distribution. The third one is environmental geography. This involves the study of spatial aspects of interactions between humans and the immediate environment and the resultant repercussions of this interaction. This branch of geography helps in understanding the various types of human activities over an area and their resultant effect on this area. So this is all the answers of question number 23. Now we will move on to question number 24. The moon. Now that the humanity knows quite positively that the moon is not a piece of cheese, the phenomena that accompany it are well explained. It was quite a mystery to the ancient Greeks, and in their quest for knowledge, they came up with a few insightful observations that helped humanity figure out the shape of our plane. Aristotle noticed that during lunar eclipse, the shadow on the moon's surface is round. This shadow is the planet's and it's a great clue about the spherical shape of the earth. Since the earth is rotating, the consistent oval shadow it produces in each and every lunar eclipse proves that the earth is not only round but also spherical. Second point is ships and the horizon. If we are somewhere near a port, we simply notice that approaching ships do not just appear out of the horizon but rather seem to emerge from beneath the sea. The reason ships appears as if they emerge from the waves is because the world is not flat, it's round. So this is all about answer of question number 24. Now we will move on to answer of question number 25. So let's start. The rotation of the earth affects the movement of water in the oceans. The tides are deflected due to the rotation. The speed of rotation also affects the movement of the wind. Due to rotation, winds and the ocean currents deflect to the right in the northern hemisphere and to the left in the southern hemisphere. The effects of Earth's rotations causes day and night. It causes a slight reduction in people's weight at the equator versus the poles due to centrifugal force. It causes the tidal effects of sun and moon to move around the earth on a roughly 24-hour cycles. It prevents one side of the earth from being cooked by the sun and the other side from freezing solid. It also explains the motions of the stars across the night sky. It is the cause of the Coriolis effect, which explains why large storms rotate one way in the northern hemisphere and the opposite way in the southern hemisphere. So this is the answer of question number 25. Now we will move on to next question, that is question number 27. A volcano is an opening in the earth's crust through which lava, volcanic ash and gases escape. Beneath the volcano, liquid magma containing dissolved gases rises through cracks in the earth's crust. As the magma rises, pressure decreases, allowing the gases to form bubbles. Composite, shield, cinder cones and supervolcanoes are the main types of volcanoes. Composite volcanoes are tall, steep cones that produce explosive eruptions. Shield volcanoes form very large, gently sloped mounds from effusive eruptions. Cinder cones are the smallest volcanoes and result from accumulation of many small fragments of ejected material. An explosive eruption may create a caldera, a large hole into which the mountain collapses. Supervolcanic eruptions are devastating but extremely rare in Earth history. So this is the answer of question number 27. Now we will move on to next question, that is question number 32. The northern plains of India lie between the Himalayas in the north and peninsular plateau in the south. They are made of the fine silt or alluvium brought down by rivers from the Himalayas and the peninsular plateau. These plains are one of the world's most extensive and fertile plains. They are drained by three major rivers, the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra and their tributaries. It covers an area of 7 lakh square kilometer. It is almost a plain with little variation in relief. It is densely populated physiographic division of India with a rich soil cover combined with adequate water supply and favorable climate. It is agriculturally a very productive part of India. So this answer is complete. Now we will move on to next answer of question number 33. So a coastal plain is a flat low-lying area of land which is adjacent to the sea coast. The coastal plains of India are divided into the following two coastal plains, Eastern Coastal Plains and the second one is Western Coastal Plains. Both the coastal plains together form a coastline of 7,516.6 km. This coastline includes the Indian mainland coastline with a length of 6,100 km and the shorelines of the Lakshadweep. And Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the coastal plains of India, are a part of 13 states and union territories of India. Altogether, the coastal plains is a result of a beautiful formation of landmass because of the locations of the three huge water bodies surrounding the Indian subcontinent. So this is the answer of question number 33. Now we will move on to next question, question number 34. Forests have great value in our life. We depend on forest for our survival from the air we breathe to the wood we use. Apart from providing habitats for animals and livelihoods for humans, forests also offer watershed protection, prevent soil erosion, and mitigate climate change. Forests provide us with shelter, livelihoods, water, food, and fuel security. All these activities directly or indirectly involve forest. Some are easy to figure out: fruits, paper, and wood from trees, and so on. Others are less obvious, such as byproducts that go into everyday items like medicines, cosmetics, and detergents. Forests provide jobs for more than 30 million people across the world. When we take away the forest, it is not just the trees that go. The entire ecosystem begins to fall apart with dire consequences for all of us. They provide ecosystem services that are critical to human welfare. So this is the answer of question number 34. So this is the part 2 of the model question paper 1 of geography subject of first PUC. First part has already been uploaded, and thanks for watching. If you like the video, then don't forget to subscribe my channel for further notifications. And if you need more answers or answers of any other subject, then you can comment down below. I will provide you the same. So thank you, and don't forget to subscribe my channel.